You can hate him all you want. My man moves needles.
This cold-ass white boy and Cooper Flagg never disappoints.
Players fall in love with being famous more than winning in LA.
Dell Demps, I don't have a lot of people that I hate. I despise him, and I wish the worst for him in the basketball space.
Here we are. Welcome to this edition of Road Trippin. Richard Jefferson chanting Frye, Frozen Gobert, I think is what that is. Kendrick Perkins. I'm Allie Clifton. We're going to dive into all of the latest and all of the fun. But before we do, remember, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your favorite podcast, go drop us a rating and review. It helps us grow, which is what we're all about. And then don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We're going to take all the subscribers because we want all of you. Before we dive in, Perk. How's vacation?
Oh, I'm so stress-free. You know what I'm saying? I'm so stress-free. Blue water, you know what I mean? It's cheap. You get you some pesos. You can ball till you fall. You know what I mean? I got a chance to go to the ocean and jump in the water. It was, you know what I'm saying? It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. I rode some jet skis. I'm living my best life out here. I'm telling you, I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life.
I need some videos of you on a jet ski.
We got it.
Please,
Huh?
we need those. We need those.
Snorkeling and all. You know what I mean? And how we, usually I'm the first person off the boat, but I haven't been in a minute, so I let the guys who was on the boat go first, so I could know my safety was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No life, making sure no sharks was in the water. If somebody go get their ass ate up first, it's gonna be them.
Perk, you can swim like that, bro? You can swim like that?
Like a whale. Like a whale. Shamu.
Hey.
Shamu.
That boy buoyant
You can't
as shit,
take my
isn't he?
jokes before I say them.
Oh my God, I love it. Happy birthday, obviously, to your wife, because we've been seeing awesome videos and photos, and it looks like a blast. And you, my friend, deserve it. With that said, you got your suit sets ready because we're heading to Vegas.
Yeah.
You're packed and ready.
You're packed and
I'm
ready.
ready to go. I packed accordingly. Bam, bam, bam. I'm good. I'm ready to sit and go. Yeah, I'm ready. Short sets available.
Sure. So, how many people you got in tow to Vegas? Who's all coming to Vegas?
No, just me and Van. Everybody else get dropped off.
Oh, okay. I know. I'm saying you always got the kids in tow. I know if this is one of those trips. One of these years, I'll bring Lil Rich and Phoenix out to Vegas.
Nah, the kids don't get this one. They just got an opportunity. They just got the chance to come on this trip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't booking too many more motherfucking flights. My
You
miles already.
got too many kids. You got too many kids. Be booking 7 flights.
And my flight miles are low. My mileage count number is low, so there ain't no more points on it. No more free flight.
I will say Summer League is great because our boys, our coaches and whatnot. Dude, Hendricks went and Brazzi just had him with him, and he went to their little practice. He went to before the game. He sat on the bench. If you go the last 3 days, it makes it more fun. The first couple days are a little more serious.
Stressed.
Yeah, the last 3 days they're like, fuck it. Whatever. Come sit here. Got the gear. Sat down. Got pictures of him on the bench. It was great.
Well, let's dive in because we'll start there. There's a lot of other NBA stuff, including free agency and all of that jazz to get into. But we'll start with Summer League because it is upon us. And Vegas Summer League is starting in less than just over 24 hours, actually, which it begins with Cooper Flagg and Bronny James. Their Summer League tickets are anywhere between $80 to $1,000, the highest in Summer League history. In case you didn't know, courtside seats are over $2,500.
What? I'm just kidding. I'm the one that said that. Ha! Hey, you can hate him all you want. My man moves needles.
Who's your man?
Huh?
Who's your man?
Who's my man? Internet? Twitter? Like, people don't get it. People.
No, she's asking, is Bronny or Cooper Flagg your man?
How did that one go over your head?
I don't know. I don't understand.
I'm really tired. I've been up for a long time.
I can tell.
Yeah. Then my eyes look sleepy.
People just don't get it.
Who's your man?
I would say Bronny's probably my guy.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Still clear. Answer the question.
Okay, Bronny's my guy, right?
Okay.
Because one, people took his heart issue for granted, right? And people don't understand that college basketball is different than every other basketball in the world, right? Even overseas, they are a somewhat of a reflection of the NBA, right? There's four quarters, there's halves, all this. Where college is smaller. It's completely coached differently. It's just its own game. So somebody could be great in college and then be absolutely trash in NBA, and somebody could be trash in the NBA and be great at college, vice versa. So for me, when people are like, well, he's averaging this and this, I'm like, so what? Like, so what? Richard's old ballhead ass averaged like 12 points.
I averaged 11 points a game my freshman year, my
Yeah.
sophomore year, and my junior year. I
And it
would have
goes,
averaged more in my sophomore year, but I broke my foot. But 3 straight years, my average was 11 points a game,
yeah,
right?
and you're a
And I
lottery
was
pick. And
yeah.
what'd you average in the league?
Oh, well,
Like
funny
11?
enough, I averaged 12 points a game over the course of my 17-year career. No, but I'm saying there was a stretch there where I was averaging 20 points a game. Because, like, my rookie year, I averaged almost 10 points a game. But
Right.
I averaged 11 in college. And
Yeah.
it was just because the court was so much more wide open. You could use your speed, you could use your athleticism, your downhill ability. So for me, how do you I remember our old coach Roz called me and was like, Richard, how are you average 11 points a game for us? How are you averaging 10 points a game right now for the Nets? And it's
The
just like
Nets went to the NBA Finals.
I was like, the court's so, as long as you run, no one gets in my way. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a different game.
it's a completely different game. And what I like about Summer League is I don't have time to watch all these college games. Like, I'll watch the good teams, but it's crazy to see the guys that were like okay in college, like the role players, when they get on a team, whether that's like Miami or Boston or San Antonio, they're put in situations to look amazing, right? And the players that are used to here go shoot it 20 times. Now it's a little different because you're playing overseas cats. Scoring ain't as easy as it was in college. And so
No.
now that's what I look at. But what I'm saying back to Bronny, I love that he balled out in the G League and that his name himself is still that crazy to bring $2,000 for a summer league game.
It's not just him
Being
now.
on me.
It's not just Bronny now. There's
Totally.
another component here. There's another Wunder kid
Oh
that
yeah.
just showed up on the scene, right? Because if it would have been Bronny versus Wimby, I think it would have been the same,
Right.
right? I think it would have been the same kind of energy, right? But this is, and there's
How
a
much
reason.
for Wemby by himself, though? What I'm saying is, when you go watch a
Why is the
WWE
NBA doing it
match,
so early? Why are they doing it so early?
because
This
hey, you
needs to
got to
be
get them
the
in and out.
nah. This got to be the Friday night game, man. This got to be the Friday night
Uh,
game.
all I got, I mean, or you take the college approach and have it as the noon kickoff. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? It's the combination of everything. It's the
Yeah.
combination rights of everything. It's one, yes, it's Bronny, but it's also Bronny and who the organization that he plays for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that combination in itself moves the needle. And then you add this cold ass white boy and Cooper Flagg from Maine who never disappoints. Like we're talking. First, let me say this. Let me send flowers to Bronny because the way that he's been handling the pressure, I gotta give him his flowers. Like people showing up to Bronny games, and it's like any all-time great or any. And I'm not calling him an all-time great, but I'm saying anyone that's
The
like the
the
face of
attention.
something. No, yeah, yeah, right. They either showing up because they want him to succeed, or they showing up because they're hating and want to say, "I told you so." Either way, he's putting butts in seats, right? And then you go to Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg, you have to applaud him. One, he reclassified up. Like
He's young.
most
He's supposed.
motherfuckers, yeah, he supposed to be going into his freshman year. So he ran up the chimney looking for the smoke. That's number one. Number two, like Cooper Flagg moves the needle. Just think, Cooper Flagg went down to EYBL in Augusta, Georgia, his senior year or before he just like as his
Yeah.
transition to reclass, and they put that shit on NBA TV. We have never seen a AAU tournament on NBA TV. They
He was
instantly
wait,
say,
wait,
"Oh
wait.
no, no."
He was going at the again. He played well. I'm not saying he did. He played well on you against USA basketball, and he was 16.
No, I know, but Rich,
Like,
what I'm saying
look,
is,
just I'm
but what I'm
saying,
saying, look how powerful he is for NBA TV to say we're going to pick up an AAU game, and he don't disappoint. Like he think he had like 35, 12 rebounds, 7 blocks, and he's going to put on another show. Like Cooper Flagg is one of them ones that he's going to put on another show in Vegas. Like the one thing that everybody told me about Cooper Flag, they was like, man, when you go watch his practices, that motherfucker competes at everything. And I was like, well, what you mean? He was like, oh, he's the first person on a down, like when you run the sprints, he's the first down and back, like and yelling and screaming, like that competitive nature. And he understands the assignment. This is just like Tim Duncan's situation. Name me another number one pick that walked into a situation that was able to compete for a championship.
Magic
So he
Johnson,
understands the mission, huh?
Magic
But
Johnson.
I
Uh,
wouldn't really. But I'm saying Tim Duncan, even though Tim Duncan was older, like he's walking into more pressure. I'm excited to see what the hell he gonna do. I know he
yeah.
gonna put on the
Now
show.
he gonna try and put on a show. He gonna like what's difference between him and Wimby? Wimby just went straight from his basketball league, got drafted, and then had to show up and was playing like NBA American basketball. Right? He didn't even know the plays yet. He was just kind of out there trying to figure it all
Yeah,
out.
never played American
Yeah,
bat with the
yeah,
rules. It
yeah.
was
And so
crazy.
yeah, so Wimby just went Cooper ready. Cooper, this is his scene. This is his joint. He's like, oh, get out the way. Here come. I'm gonna hit this lane. This is where I want it. And all of Dallas Summer League, they're setting things up to help him benefit, right? So when you're a top pick, they kind of build the offense around you in Summer League versus like if you're the 13th pick and you're a point guard, they're like, hey, here's the sets. But if you have a big man like a let's say like an Ayton or Carl Anthony Towns or somebody that comes in, you're like, all right, we're throwing it into the big fella. He's gonna work. Big fella's got to touch it. So with Cooper Flag, they're going to run a quote unquote summer league offense, and everybody around him knows the assignment. Get the ball to Cooper because he's a playmaker, he's a cutter, he can do all the things. He has all the like intangibles, so he's going to put on a show.
Do you guys think
I
this will
got a
be the
feeling
most? Yep,
Oh, go ahead, Alan. My bad.
you got it.
No, I was just gonna say I got a feeling it's gonna end up turning into the battle of Cooper Flag and Dalton Connect more so than Cooper Flag and
Oh,
Bronny. Like
without a doubt.
Dal- Dalton Connect is
Look,
a dog. Like that's
I
what it's
just
gonna end up turning into, and it's gonna end up becoming a show. That's
if
all
he
I'm
has
gonna say.
they're the only two things that could stop him, in my opinion, Cooper Flag from putting on a show is foul trouble or an inefficient night, right?
But
Just
you
a
also
random.
can't get in foul trouble.
No,
You're welcome.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
welcome.
No, but I'm saying when I say is like foul trouble, yeah, you can't get into like you're right. But I'm saying is like when I say foul trouble, I mean like if he's like he's not moving the puppies, he's getting foul.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because they will take you out for. They're not just gonna be like he's got 6 fouls in the first half. It's like no. You just can't foul out.
Fuck it.
Do you guys think this will be the most watched summer league game ever? And what does this mean for
But
the league?
No.
No.
in the last 10 years, it might be
Oh,
for
last 10
sure.
years. Yes.
I wonder
Yes.
what Wimby's numbers were. Zion's numbers. Let's not
Was
forget.
remember Zion was
Zion was that dude. Remember he ripped the ball for like people was waiting on Zion, bro. People were waiting. Let's not. I'm not saying that the numbers not. I'm just let's not. We've had some debuts. We had Wimby's. We had Zion's. We've had some debuts in the last 10 years. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
Where
Everyone was
pop
waiting
culture
for
was.
Zion so much. Wasn't there a damn earthquake?
Britney Spears was chasing down Wimby. Britney Spears was chasing down
Aww.
Wimby in Vegas. Let's not forget what Wimby is and who, like, internationally, who this dude is. Like, just
yeah.
yeah.
before we start talking about Cooper Flag and the tickets, is when Britney Spears is running you down and he's like woman, who
We're
are
gonna
you?
keep our comments to ourselves there.
No, I'm just
Oh,
saying
you gonna
he was
say,
just
hey,
like, I don't
Brittany
know
didn't
you,
know
lady.
left or right
That
at
song
that time.
came out
Brittany
when that
just
song came out when I was born, right? It's like you don't know.
Brittany was Brittany
Okay,
was a little helpless at that time. You know what I'm
we
saying?
got more things to get to, but nonetheless, we are going to NBA Summer League, and we'll be on Thomas and Mack the Concourse from 7 to 9 p.m. on Friday night. So if you're going out to check out Summer League, come stop by, say hello. We're going to be recording an edition
Don't
of
come
Road
by.
Trippin'.
Please don't come by.
God, Richard, you're such a dick. Don't be a Richard, people.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your that's your note today. Don't be a Richard. All right,
Man.
most expensive divorce in NBA history. Some of the
Michael
latest
Jordan.
news. The Suns are buying out Bradley Beal's contract. He's owed
Oh.
161
What name
million.
it be? I was like,
Who?
Dwight?
I was like, hold on.
Okay, 161 million over 3 years. He played 53 games in Phoenix. Probably headed to the Clippers. A lot
Put the
of
money in the
chatter.
bag.
Hang on, we'll
Got
start
him.
with this, and you guys can expand. Where does this rank among the worst contracts in NBA history?
Oh, I think every contract was a great contract as far as I'm concerned. I think every dollar is a great dollar. That's
It
like
just didn't work out. But listen,
you know, good. Get your money because we got guys having to take less money, right, to play well.
I
So
feel
you
like
know,
Perk has like a real legit
I know.
answer
Go
for
ahead,
this.
Perk. Go ahead, Perk.
go ahead, Perk. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not down on Bradley Beal, right? He came. It's not like to me. It's not like the Suns when he got to Phoenix. They gave him this contract, right? He earned that contract while he was with the Wizards, while he was averaging 30. And yes, it was on a bad team, but Bradley Beal was still one of those dudes. And then all of a sudden, you get to Phoenix, and it just don't work out, right? Whether it's him and KD and Devin Booker not being able to match and see eye to eye. They tried him at the point guard position. Bradley Beal is a two guard that wants to get buckets, right? And he wasn't going to be in a role that was going to put him above Devin Booker. I
Or Kevin
believe
Durant.
or Kevin Durant, right. So I believe the buyout is right. I think that's the right move because he has a no trade clause. And I think that whether he ends with the Clippers, end up with the Clippers, or I think he should really consider going to Milwaukee, right? And if he does, then we're going to see the Bradley Beal that we've seen of old. Like we all know, think about this for a second. We all know like it is so hard as a player when you're mentally not there. And I know people be like, oh, it's a fucking business. Do your job. Show up to work and compete. But if your headspace is not in the right space, you're not going to play at your max level. Like we're seeing so many things. I hate to get off topic, but we're seeing so it's not off topic, but we're seeing so many things. Like what's the guy Marcus Williams? That's his name. That Mark Williams, who keep getting traded from Charlotte and they keep
Mark
getting
Williams.
sent back. Mark Williams, right? Like, what the hell is going on with Mark Williams? I bring up his name because now this is twice that Charlotte has tried to trade this man, and then you bring him back to the organization, and and he's supposed to be like, oh yeah, they want me here. I'm all in. Like, how the fuck is he supposed to hoop with a team that they tried to trade you twice,
Oh,
bro?
they'll try and trade. I'll do it again. No, but to
They
your
tried to
point, no,
pull the
no,
okey doke on
no,
people.
but to your point though, when it comes to Bradley Beal, I joke, but I say it's like every player earned his dollar. He got that contract. We were like, what the Wizards are doing, but also we were like, Bradley Beal, what are you doing? You are at the prime of your career, bro. Get out while you can. He decided to take the money. They decided to give him. He wanted that security, so he sacrifice being on a good team for that level of security and that contract. So now when you trade him and he's now older, he's had a lot of miles on that body and he's not performing at that level. Now it's like, but wait, this contract, baseball signs players to 10-year contracts knowing they'll only be good those first 7. They know it. They signed every player to 10, 12-year contracts, 50, knowing that we're paying for those first 7. And then those last couple, we're going to figure it out. But you still give them a 10-year contract. So I'm not like when it comes to bad contracts, like we forget, man, we saw things that happened after that big salary cap boost when that salary cap went up and everybody was getting all those dollars, like let's not forget about that summer. So respectfully, I Bradley Beal, I'm glad he's getting his money. I'm glad he can go to some place that because he wasn't like you think of Kevin Love being a big three. You think about the big three with
Bron.
no, with Braun. You think about the big three in Boston. When you start looking at like collectively all the big threes, you can say Golden State, but Draymond, they had an all-star big that helped facilitate, and they had facilitators around all of those scores. Phoenix didn't even have a point guard. Phoenix didn't
And
have a
Richard,
point guard their first year. So Bradley Beal was never put into a position of here's somebody that can helm the ball. Okay, hey Bradley, here's a couple shots. Okay, KD, let me get you going. Okay, Devin, let me drop it off. That's what Draymond does. That's what Andre Iguodala used to do. That's what Livingston used to do. Those guys were scoring, getting buckets, but they were facilitating, moving the ball, making sure the offense went. Phoenix didn't have a point guard their first year. And then the second year they bring in a point guard, but they got a brand new coach, and it's just like the energy just seems off on the squad. There's no vibe. I say all that to say is that Bradley Beal was never put into a position to succeed. And then the criticism, then the BS comes around. Now your headspace is messed up. But at the end of the day, I'm also gonna say Bradley Beal didn't really help himself, right? He
but
he he didn't really help himself like he and not from his own thing. But if you only play 50 games a year, like that's tough on your team. And
Richard,
it's
to
It
add
is
some
well.
facts real quick to what you're saying, Bradley Beal, right? Like his career high in scoring was in 2020 and 2021, where he averaged 31 points. And when you talk about that facilitator, you know who his teammate was at that time, at that year, under Scott Brooks, who averaged a triple double? It was Russ. Like, so when you talk about what he needs to get him going with Russell Westbrook in 60 games, Bradley Beal in 2020 and 2021, he averaged 31, a career high. So, yes, he's a guy that needs to have a facilitator to get him buckets the way that he plays.
so
He's coming off the inbounds.
don't compare his 30-31 or his 31 points a game in the $200 million contract to the environment that he's in right now. Kevin Love, same way. The way that Kevin Love could do what he was doing in Minnesota, this wasn't the same environment. Same that Chris Bosh, what he was doing in Toronto, leading teams to the postseason and then go down to Miami, he's got to sacrifice. He's got all of these shooters and all of these dudes. He's every situation changes into something different depending on the environment that you're in. And like Bradley Beal was not put in a position to succeed.
Who did well in Phoenix? And this is the whole point, right? We're all saying the same thing. I don't know anybody on that team where I go, hey, like I think I'm seeing the best out of that player. That when there's dysfunction, right, from the top to the bottom, none of the players are going to be successful. So yes, it sucks that Bradley Beal was the short end of the stick, right? But that's what happens. Now, do I think that Bradley Beal's going to go to the Clippers and make the Clippers this all-time team? Not really. Do I think he'll be
Or
better than
Bucks,
last year? Yeah,
Clippers or
probably.
Bucks.
Huh?
Clippers or Bucks.
Yeah, I mean Clippers or Bucks. But like, what is that? I mean, the Bucks. What are they? Oh, you have Bradley Beal. Okay, now you're fifth, sixth, seventh. I don't know about that.
Shannon, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. You add Bradley Beal to the Milwaukee Bucks with what they have right now. They're top 6 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
might be
You know,
that.
Giannis makes him a top six
There we
seed.
go.
Just a lot.
Okay,
So
Yeah,
Perk
Giannis.
has the Raptors and the Bucks top six in the.
No, wait, wait,
the
wait, wait,
East
wait, wait,
this
wait,
year.
wait, 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 wait. If Giannis plays 70 games, the Bucks, I believe, are a top six seed.
You have Knicks.
If he plays 70
Okay.
games, Giannis is that great of a player at his prime and peak. Now they might be the sixth seed, but if Giannis plays 70 games and Giannis is healthy, I'm like he's that great of a player. Same with I would say Jokic.
You
Jokic, you
you have
have
Knicks and Cavs. Okay, we know those two teams gonna be at the
Orlando.
top.
Orlando,
Okay,
Detroit.
you have Orlando, but one could argue that if they saw a Giannis in Milwaukee in the 7-game series. That series will go 7. We don't know how that's going to turn out. We
What are
could
we talking
argue
about
that.
now? What are we
No,
talking
no, no,
about?
but no, no, no. But what I'm saying, I know. Okay, Orlando, that's 3. Okay, the Atlanta Hawks, in no particular order, 4, right? And then I'm looking at the Toronto Raptors. I don't know what Detroit is going to be this year. I think Detroit lost valuable pieces. I think Detroit took a guy like Dennis Schroeder for granted and what he brought in off the bench. Obviously, they're not probably bringing back Malik Beasley. That's another topic, but how significant he
Innocent
was.
until proven guilty.
I'm not talking about that, Richard. I'm just talking about what he meant to the squad.
Yeah,
So when you
yes.
he balled out, bro.
A
Him and
hundred
Dennis
percent.
Schroeder.
I agree. No. There's no argument there. His
The
value
Lakers
off the
took
bench.
Dennis Schroeder for granted, and they haven't replaced him yet.
Who?
Yep, agreed.
The Lakers, they took what he brought to the table: his tenacity, his 94 feet, being a pest, being a go-getter, being able to go get a bucket. They took him for granted, and they still trying to replace him since he
It,
got traded.
I'm just gonna say, is there? Let me just. I may or may not believe what I'm about to say, but Philadelphia.
Oh, you right.
If Philadelphia is any
Oh,
little bit,
no. Now, this is what I'm saying.
it's a what if. It's a
They
big what
are who we thought they are, right? This is what I would say.
if.
There's Joel Embiid, monster, right? Whatever they decide to do, they got a lot of talent on there. If those boys, same what I said with Giannis, if he plays 70 games, they're going to be a top
He
six
ain't
seed.
doing that.
But no, I'm Giannis. I said Giannis.
Oh,
If Giannis plays
Giannis. Oh, I
70
thought you said
games,
Joel
I
Embiid.
believe he is such a great player that whoever you surround him with, they most likely will be a top 6 seed. Same with Joel Embiid. And I think if Paul George, but when you look at it, can they play 70 games? And that's where it's kind of like, yeah, 100%. Philly could be the best team in the conference next year. If their guys are healthy and they're clicking and locked in, they could be the best team in the conference. They could also not make the postseason. That's too wide of a range for me to try and kind of predict or understand where they are. They could be the number 1 seed. They could be in the lottery again. There's not a lot of
Who?
teams. There,
Who you talking about, RJ?
Philly.
I got a question for y'all.
Keep your questions to the end.
Philly didn't make playoffs to make the playoffs. So from they've been off since April, middle of April. So you're looking at May, June, July, August, September. So you're looking at almost 7 months. How in the fuck they don't go into going to the season into training camp healthy? Make that make sense. Like if you have 7 months that you've been off, is no excuses. You have no excuses whatsoever than to come into training camp prepared, bro. No excuses.
Unless every time you have surgery, that's 3 months. Just hear me out. You have surgery back in April, maybe even March. I'll give you March. 4 or 5 months go by. You start to ramp up your conditioning and continually have setbacks.
Wait. We're
No.
athletes here. Wait. I know what you're saying. Perk, I know what you're saying. But how many knee surgeries did you have?
One.
One.
Well,
Right? You
Joel's
had an
on fire.
ACL. You did what you needed to do to get to listen. You
5 months.
But this is what I'm saying. But now imagine a 7 foot dude that's had 3 or 4 different knee surgeries. And, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying. It's like we've seen over the course of like NBA and athletic history that once you start having multiple surgeries on that knee, that becomes a very difficult management. Joel Embiid is one of the best players in the world. If his knee was 100%, he would have played in 75 games every single year and had multiple MVPs. But because he's managing a knee that he's had multiple surgeries on, Tim Duncan, he had a surgery on his knee and he always had to wear that knee brace, and it was like he had things that he had to manage. So all I'm saying is when you're talking about coming into camp in shape, I don't doubt that everyone's going to come into camp in shape, but there's still a level of management to his knee that when he says he's probably done playing back to backs or he's not going to do it, that's management on a knee that
I
probably
understand.
we're probably talking about, what does Mark Williams' knee look like? Do you
No, I'm
know?
with you,
Apparently
Just
RJ.
look
not
like a
great.
hot Twizzler because nobody won it.
No, I'm with you. I'm with y'all 1,000%. All I'm saying is it's now or never. It's
Oh,
now or
for sure
never
that.
for the
Yes.
Philadelphia 76ers. The East is wide open right now. It's now or never. Daryl Morey came on and he said that they potentially or might have the best backcourt in basketball. I believe the young man VJ Edgecombe, I believe he's going to be special. But I believe he's going to hit his bumps along the way his rookie
How tall is
season
he?
like
How
every
tall is he?
he likes I think I don't know like 6'5", 6'6". He athletic as hell though.
Yeah,
He
no, I
got
know,
your
but
athleticism.
okay. So I know, no. I know Jared McCain is not. No. I know Jared McCain is not like a supreme athlete. He's kind of like a Josh Hart, kind of like
What?
do a little.
No, Jeremy King's. Well, yes. Okay,
No,
yes. I know
I
what you're
said
saying.
athletic, athletic. I'm saying I know he can shoot. I know he could do a little. He could do a little. He's a good defender. Jared McCain does a little bit of everything, but he's not like this supreme athlete, right? Do you think that though that they are kind of duplicate positions? And I'm asking because I don't know.
No,
And I okay.
not no. They don't.
Oh,
They don't do the same thing. This dude is gonna be like that 3 and D type guy that get into you
So they're
like
doing the
he
OKC
might.
model. They do the
No, I'm gonna
OKC
tell you
model.
he
So
might be
is
a
he
he
Kaysen?
might
Is he Kaysen Wallace?
no.
Is he
He
no, no,
might be a
no.
more athletic version of Nimhart right now.
okay? Okay.
This
Okay.
is the beautiful thing about the NBA. It's July 9th, and we're deep diving into a team that didn't make the playoffs last year, and I freaking love it. Let's transition, though, because Perk made the comment. How do you go 7 months being off without not being prepared for training camp come October? One guy who mentioned to the media here in LA yesterday was introduced as a Los Angeles Laker, Deandre Ayton, said that he was excited to go through free agency for the first time. Our guy, Chris McGee, had a one-on-one with him and asked him when it comes to choosing the right fit or the team that you're going to next, what do you prioritize? Is it playing time? Is it fit? Is it winning, et cetera? And he said winning. He said he's excited to get back to the player that he is. Perk went in and had a great take on him on his solo episode, Perk Unplugged, here on Road Trippin'. So I'll start with you, Rich and Channing, on just your thoughts of Deandre Ayton and the Lakers getting him as their starting center.
We always joke about, J.R. Smith being kind of the throw in that Amon Shumpert Nick trade to like they're like, hey, you gotta take JR, right? And JR, he made some mistakes. We know we love JR for like all of his personalities and who he is. Like JR is one of the most ultimate individuals you will ever meet. But he was younger and he made some mistakes. And then he got around Braun and there was a tangible. He became one of the most important players
Oh, for
on
sure.
that entire roster to the championship. Right? There's multiple sides of Jr. And when I look at DeAndre Ayton, all of the talent, everything is there. You don't have to want to be to be the face of a franchise and be mad that you're not. You don't have to be mad that you are the face of a franchise, but you're fresh. Right now, you get to go play basketball and you get to go play with guys, and it's just your only job is to be consistent every day in your approach. They're not asking you to score 30. They're not asking you to be an all-star. They're asking you to be consistent every single day with your approach. If he takes this opportunity, right? Because you got to listen to your scouting report for, oh, I can't go left. I got to work on, I only go right. I got to work on my left hand. If they're saying, if there's an energy that people are saying about me, you have to be self-aware enough to be like, okay, I've got to adjust. People are questioning my work ethic. People are questioning this, my love for the game, my passion. And you get to play with guys that will just let you be you, tell you what they want from you, and just do it every day. He could have an outstanding season. He could have an outstanding season, and it could be one of the steals of the free agency. Factual. Now, there's another component to it where he doesn't take the opportunity and recognize and sees it. And then, this is a pivotal moment for his career, in my opinion. One of the most pivotal moments that he's ever been, it might ever have in his career.
He is a hit or miss, and the reason why he is frustrating is because he oozes talent, right? In the NBA, there's talent and expectations go like this, and then this is who you are. There are days where his talent goes like this, And then what you expect from him is way down here because he may not even try that game or he may not even show up to a game, right? Whatever that is. It is rare to get drafted to a team like Phoenix, have an opportunity to play in the NBA championship with a guy like Chris Paul, who's an ultimate leader, whether you like him or don't. Then a guy named, Devin Booker, who's an ultimate competitor, right? Obviously won a gold medal, does everything that's needed to win. And these guys don't vouch for you. And the city of Phoenix wants you gone because you can't compete. You then
Phoenix knows basketball. The Phoenix Suns fans know basketball.
They know basketball, right? But I think up until like 5 years ago, Phoenix was the fifth most winningest team in the NBA. So we know basketball. Then you come to Portland where a team goes, hey, we're young and building, right? We're young and building, and we want you to be the centerpiece of this. And then within, 3 years, they can't get you out of here fast enough.
They buy you out. They give you. They buy you out.
So that's strike two. So now, because you're in LA, where people, and I played a quick little hop and a jump back in LA, players fall in love with being famous more than winning in LA. Okay? So if you don't have that motor, that sickness to be great in a place like LA, right? You are going to start, well, it wasn't my fault, or it wasn't this. You stop getting on that grind. And then you're playing with Luka, and then you're playing with Bron. So now you're even more famous for doing nothing. You could do nothing and be famous. So if he's not ready to commit to the unfamous stuff, it's going to get ugly. We could get into details, and I'm going to be quick. The Luka Doncic, DeAndre Ayton screen and roll, that's barbecue chicken. That's one of the worst ones in the NBA. So unless they want to address that.
You mean like defensively?
Defensively, gross. Oh, and offensively, if he's not committed to being a every single time run to the rim guy, it's going to look even worse.
What are you saying about the pick and roll?
He's saying defensively, if you were to put those two in a pick and roll, he's not
on defense.
Yeah, on defense.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Not
now
good
offensively, that pick and roll could cause some problems.
See, and that's the thing. You go, ooh, that could be nasty, or oh, that could be nasty. It's this wide. So I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm saying you keep showing me you're inconsistent, and now that you just get to go somewhere else, I'm supposed to just believe what you say. So show me, and then I'll give you all the credit in the world because I know that it's there. You've averaged a double-double, and I'm not going to say you're not trying. You average a double-double, and I don't know if every game you're fully committed. Like, you just are so fucking talented. The ball comes to you, and you're just like, oh, there we go, 17 and 15. Okay. Like, I wish, It's crazy. So if he does it, they're going to be nasty. If he doesn't, it's going to be real nasty for him quickly.
Never underestimate. I mean, I never took for granted how talented he is. We know that he can walk out, he can fill up the box score. Here's the thing. You can't trick a former player that was your coach. Chauncey Billups was your coach in Portland. So it's no fool's gold with him. Coaches don't really look at box scores to determine whether or not you had an impact on the game. Chauncey Billups played and won a championship with fucking Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace. Yeah, Ben Wallace.
A guy that
did all the little things.
All the little things. Can you front? Can you meet early? Are you going to battle on the low block so a guy can't get an easy catch? And when he does, are you going to take the hit? Are you not afraid of embarrassment? When I say not afraid of embarrassment, are you going to go contest shots? And although you may get put on the highlight reel, a coach don't give a damn about that shit. No. They want to know that every single time DeAndre Ayton is going to meet you at the rim. I think the Lakers, honestly, let me say this. People are saying or waiting to see because I guess, the story or whatever the comments Rich Paul put out there about, is it a championship caliber roster, right? I actually think the Lakers have some great pieces there. I really do. I think they have great pieces there. I think Dalton Connect is a fucking piece that could come in off the bench consistently, right? I think Jared Vanderbilt, when healthy, is one of the high motor guys in the NBA. I think they have a lot of guys that when JJ Redick is walking into training camp, he's walking into training camp with guys that are ready to compete inside the locker room. Competition inside the locker room is healthy as hell. So what didn't happen is Indiana, Coach Rick Carlisle, and Coach Dagnall then set a bar, not only for player development, but maxing out your guys. JJ Redick did a hell of a job his first year as a head coach, and especially walking into that job with the Los Angeles Lakers. That is, you talk about pressure. He handled that well, 50 plus wins. They finished number 3 in the Western Conference. No one could knock that. How do you get to the championship level? Like, can he challenge him? Right? Can Luka? We hearing Luka being ripped up. I want to see what Luka looks like. Right? Is Luka sitting back and is he being jealous right now of SGA? I hope he is. I hope he is. I hope all these young guys have some type of envy towards SGA and what he just did this past season, because the man just went platinum. If he'll not forget platinum, he really went diamond. If you want to talk about like stacking accolades and the shit that he done. And so if I'm a young guy, I'm jealous and I'm envy. I'm like, I could go out here and get this workout too. I can give you this work, I can give you this effort, I can give you this leadership, and I could deliver a championship. I just don't. I think everybody's wondering like if the Lakers are gonna go for a big piece. Like, no, they have pieces. They
Yeah,
have
they got me.
pieces. They have
They got a lot.
they
They
got a
got a
lot of
lot.
pieces.
Yeah, but just
It's just that those guys are gonna max out.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
I'm rooting for DeAndre Ayton.
and this is one thing we both know is that he is so lucky to have such an understanding and calm coach like JJ Redick, who, when it comes to understanding of lack of effort, JJ is very chill about those things. He's very calm. He's very relaxed. When he sees a lack of effort, JJ is very just like, hey, son, I'd really like you to work a little bit harder. You take your time, be patient. But JJ is one of the most patient and relaxed people that I've ever worked with. So I think that's great for DeAndre Ayton.
that is
The level of
sarcasm to a
sarcasm
T.
is that's
I
next year.
was
That's
saying,
next selector. I was like,
yeah.
wait a who the I
Well,
said, who? JJ who? JJ Hickson? JJ Barea?
Well, he be raging like a
That's what
motherfucker.
I'm saying. JJ gonna
Uh,
lose his shit.
he rages at a wine
JJ,
menu.
oh my God. Could you imagine the first time
seriously.
JJ,
Seriously.
the amount of timeouts that JJ will call? Like, it gives me anxiety because it takes me to like playing for Pop, and like the minute you fucked up, he like loses shit. And JJ will call so many timeouts if you aren't doing what the game plan. Oh my God.
Hang
So
on
we
though.
gonna
At
find
dinner
out. We
last
keep
year at
talking
Summer
about.
League, when
We
JJ
just keep
joined
talking
us,
about. Yeah, I'm saying we keep talking about Braun and it's like he got to play for JJ.
yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. Remember when we were sitting there, to your point, Channing, about the wine menu when the wine wasn't correct?
Oh, so he
God
ordered.
love him.
So there's two producers. Usually they have an off-brand that's just as good, different region. So JJ ordered the off-brand, which is usually like $150 to $200 cheaper. They tried to okey doke JJ and bring the expensive, and he looked at it and goes, "Hey, what? No, absolutely not. Come here." And like ran down the whole thing of why this isn't right. Don't try to be taking money from me. Blah blah blah. And the dude came back with 2 bottles. Like, I'm so sorry, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
On
said,
his
oh,
shit. We love
oh, he
JJ.
was on his shit.
All right, well, only time will tell. But DeAndre Ayton stood before the media yesterday and said that this is an opportunity he is not going to take for granted. So we shall see. Having said that, from one big to the next, Kevin Love, quote, never thought I'd be a math problem. He's been traded as a salary filler in a 3-team deal. He tweeted, never thought I'd be a math problem, posted a Joe Dirt clip on Instagram. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. He's the best. With the caption, traded. First, do you guys have some thoughts on this? Kev's your guy. He's the completion to your triangle.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys have thoughts you want to get out first? I'm going to take it one step further, but
I will say this. My understanding was that Kevin was going to be that next guy for Miami, right? Um,
Clarify
the way
next guy.
the next guy, the next UD, the next guy that was keeping that locker room. To have a great locker room, your 15th guy, your number one guy, your coach, your GM, your owner need to be on the same page, right? They need to buy into what you're selling. And Kevin was bought in 1,000% in Miami. Now, do things happen? Yes, but I think when you're telling somebody that age, hey, we want you here, this and that, you got to give them a call to explain, like, hey, here's why you're going here. Here's our thought process. Just that level of respect. It's not like it would have changed anything, but the communication is what I think, which I didn't appreciate necessarily from that thing, from that. But I think Kevin should either go to New York, Portland, or Cleveland. That's just my three
This
places.
the only thing I'll say about it is to all players out there, use your free agency. Use your free agency. The teams, we've seen enough stories of players being told things from teams. It feels difficult because you're leaving a community, you're leaving this, but use your free agency because teams in a heartbeat will trade you, not let you know, you have no idea. They will tell you things and then change what they tell you. That's a part of the business. That's a part of the industry. So you have to make sure that you're using your part of the business.
I do
Yeah,
want to
no,
take it
yeah.
one step further, though. What were the most unexpected late career trades from your careers? Little story time.
Oh,
What,
when I got
Jim?
traded from Cleveland,
Oh,
I went home and I told Lauren, I was like, damn, I played a lot today. I go, get fucking traded. I said, oh shit, they got me. But and here's the truth.
You would have
My
came up
wife was,
lame. You would have came up lame, but like,
I
my
went, I
ankle.
said,
I can't play today. Can't
I
trade
said, hold
me.
on.
Hey, players get real injured around trade deadlines.
Man, listen, because my wife was 9 months pregnant. I was like, just tell me if I'm going to be traded because I want to be there for my kid's birth, whatever. And so I was like, just communicate. That's it. I understand things happen. I played with LeBron. If I can't move the needle to win a chip, he's going to move on to somebody else. No feelings hurt, whatever. So literally, I made that. I think I still have that video
in
of
your
like I went.
closet?
Yeah, I was in my closet getting stuff, going to the Lakers, and I was like, "Yo, here's one thing to know: don't go 0 for 6, and they're gonna trade your ass up out of here." And the reason I was 0 for 6, I was tired as shit. I wasn't even playing, and then they played me 32 minutes, and your boy was gassed. And they got
Eh,
me playing against fucking Karl Anthony Towns. I couldn't hit shit. They said,
Hey, hey,
they said, get this
how
ass out of here.
wait. How pregnant was Lauren?
Not super 9 months. She had a baby 2 weeks later.
Okay, so again, they know this. The teams know this. Your GM that sees you every day knows that your wife and you have your hospital and you got your doctor and she's about to give birth and they're like, "Son, we just traded you." Right? Like they know this. I'm not it's a part of the business. We all understand. It's just on the flip side of it, it's just like fuck them too. Do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
But that was
that's what
it.
every contract's a good one.
Hey,
Yeah.
my
So that's
my
it. That's it.
Richard
mine
got
was
some.
the
Go
trade
ahead.
that didn't happen late in my career. Mine was the trade that didn't happen. So I'm playing for the Pelicans, and it probably cost me a championship, to be honest with you. Either way, it did. So I'm playing with the Pelicans, and I'm backing up Alexa, a Jensa, a Mira Seek, right? So I'm like a
Yeah.
veteran in the locker room. This is when I developed the relationship with Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday, etc. I'm with the Pelicans. We're not winning shit. At the time, Dell Demps, by the way, I don't have a lot of people that I hate. I despise him and I wish the worst for him in the basketball space. And I'm not afraid to say it. I would tell him in his face, I can't stand that motherfucker. He No, I can't. I
Damn.
can't. He's a liar. He's a liar. He done lied to so many people. He's a snake, and I hate him. And I'm gonna tell you why. So is at the trade deadline. I get a text from Braun. Hey, we about to come get you, motherfucker. No, matter of fact, I'm lying. Braun comes to New Orleans. He tells me, we about to come get you, motherfucker. We want you part of the team on the bench. You know, I'm playing my role, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. KD
Right.
sends me a text and says, hey, Perk, we want you over here in OKC. Right? They like coming to get you. I believe Cleveland offered a second round pick for me at the time. This is the year that y'all won the championship now. And this is also the year, I believe, that OKC lost the 3-1 lead to Golden State. Okay? So both
Yes.
teams are trying to trade for me to bring me back on the bench as one of the guys in the locker room. Dell Demps comes to me and says, you know what? I'm not trading you, Perk. We're not trading you. We want you here for our locker room. You're going to retire a Pelican, right? I'm like, oh, okay. So you telling me? He like, yeah, we want you here for the next 2 years, retire. We're going to have a plan. So I'm like, oh, shit. I get 2 more years without having to worry because at that point, I don't know where my career is going, to be honest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, it's like vet minimum. And once you get on vet minimum, you're stuck on vet minimum, right? So
Oh
he's
yeah.
like, oh, yeah, Perk, we want you to retire. I was like, okay, so he don't make the move. Both teams tried, they offered, Demps turns them down. So we get towards the end of the season, and he like, yeah, I'm gonna knock these out, and we go get you straight. So the Rockets reach out, right? They like Darren Moore reaches out. He's like, "Hey, Perk, James wants you on the bench. We got a bet minimum for you in Houston, your hometown." I turned it down because I didn't already gave my word to Dell Demps, and I think it's in the making, right? So then they signed
Oh,
Nene,
see, that's
right? They give Nene next. Soon as I turned it down, next thing I know, they signed Nene, right? So summer's going on. I'm watching all these guys get signed, and all of a sudden I don't hear from Dell Demps. So I contacted him in August and I'm like, hey, Dell, what we doing now? Like, it's August. Like, what are we doing? He calls me. He's like, yeah, after, rethinking some things, I think it's best, we let these young guys roll how they roll and not bring you back. And I was like, what the fuck? So I cussed his motherfucking ass out right there on the phone. Cussed him out. So I hung up. And truth be told, right then, I had no more options. So that next year, I was completely out of the league. So now you didn't possibly cost me a championship. I didn't turn down one of the teams that had a deal on the table, was ready to at the beginning of free agency. The Rockets contacted me the first week, like, hey, we got a vet minimum right now on the table for you. Right now. Stay in Houston. So that next year, I had no job. No job. Like, bro, you literally made me so I can't stand that motherfucker. I don't have, that was the trade that should have happened that didn't happen. Because 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying? I go to the Cavs. I'm part of the legendary run. I get a second fucking ring. And guess what? Usually they bring back the whole squad. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I do get an opportunity. If I didn't, I still got a championship. Now somebody else may say, man, Perk got a championship with them. Let's bring them over here. But I didn't, and I had to wait a whole season. The following season, I had to reach out to Ty Lue just to get me a training camp invite. Then I went on to the G League, and that's how it started. I'm not blaming him for the direction that my NBA career went, but he played a huge fucking part. And he took at least 1 or 2 years off of my career where I could have been on the bench averaging 1,500 fucking claps. But instead, he shortened my career by being a snake and lying. And this is not the first time I done told this story. It won't be the last. I can't stand him. He knows it. I saw him in Minnesota when they was playing because he works in the front office with Minnesota, and the motherfucker couldn't even look at him. Straight up.
That's a crazy story. It also just goes to show that there's so much shit that goes on behind the scenes that no
oh yeah.
one fucking knows about. That's insane. Wow.
That's a mic drop. Damn, Perk. Ain't nobody got you.
Speaking
Yeah,
You okay, bro?
yeah, I'm fine. But
speaking of mic drop, then we're gonna end the episode. Last thing, we're gonna end on this: pressure cooker or perfect fit? Mike Brown in New York City.
Pressure cooker. Woo! That shit is right
He-
Like
now.
a tea kettle.
He
Tea kettle.
is.
Pressure cooker, tea kettle, teapot.
He's going. I think Mike's going to do. It's never. I think year one, you're fine, right? Everyone's bought in. Everyone's trying to commit. It's year 2 or 3. Year one, I think he's going to be fine. Year one, I think he'll be fine. Mike Brown.
Yeah, but did you see their bench?
Yeah, I
They
just
still
think.
got
I think. Look, Yabu Sabli. They got him. Then
dancing bear.
Jordan.
Yabusele?
Yabusele, yeah, and then Jordan Clarkson. I like Jordan Clarkson. I like Jordan, bro.
I like.
Come on, Jordan Clarkson
Yeah, I
off
like
the
Jason.
bench. Like he's a Jamal Crawford's former 6 man of the year. Now you got somebody that comes off and changes the thing. You know, he can go get his
JC
own
in New
bucket. I'm
York
not
is
saying
gonna
that.
be
I'm not
funny.
saying that they're great or this and that. They are a very good team. They are in the mix. But I think Mike Brown do a good job in year one.
what is your definition of a good job, RJ?
I think
What
he
what?
won't fuck it
Okay,
up.
here's the thing. He he better do
Here's
a
the
better
thing.
job than Tom Thibodeau. So so
Well,
bare
but
minimum,
I,
he better bring this team back to where they were last year, the conference final. Because
perfect.
they fired Tom Thibodeau because they basically said we're thinking about championships, right? So do I think Mike Brown
Mm,
is an upgrade from Tom Thibodeau? I don't. Do I think Mike Brown is a hell of a coach? I do. But I don't think he's had the success. Tom Thibodeau, like Mike Brown didn't have success. Tom Thibodeau, I done watched him change a few franchises, right, and bring them back relevant again. Like we could say the stories about how he has ran guys into the ground, but
Yeah,
the
totally.
Chicago Bulls with D Rose and Joakim Noah, he made them relevant again, and Jimmy Butler. And then all of a sudden, we saw with the Knicks, 4 out of the last 5 seasons, Tom Thibodeau had this team in the postseason, back-to-back 50-plus wins. Mike Brown, you coming in, and they upgraded the bench, bare minimum, conference finals, and especially with the East being wide open. You don't have to worry about the Pacers, right? You don't have to worry about the Pacers. The only team that we can sit up here and say that's legitimately better than y'all or more talented than y'all on paper is the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's the only team on paper from
Yeah.
top to bottom that we could say that's better than the New York Knicks. So it's no reason in hell. No reason in hell. You have two all NBA players, right? Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. No excuses. No excuses. And people knew this when they was going to take this job, right? This is a job and this is a bar that has been set. The New Yorkers are not trying to hear nothing else but getting to the finals. Bare minimum in Mike Brown first year is conference finals.
Another mic drop from Kendrick Perkins. All right, well, we shall see. Obviously, again, we're just in the thick of free agency right now, but Summer League is on its way. Come join us on Thomas and Mack Concourse, 7 and 9 on Friday. If you're out in Vegas, checking out some games, we all will be there. We're also possibly going to be in a sports bar in Resorts World for Saturday night's record, which is kind of fun. It just took it up a notch. And we're going to have Gary Owen join us. That'll be fun,
My God.
Sick.
right? And Perk's getting all the players because Perk is the one that brings all the homies.
That means I got to walk around and
Yeah.
go recruit. I got it.
I was coming to.
I have no doubt you do. Perk Unplugged is also this Sunday, and Channing's going to be doing a fun little solo as well. He's possibly going to be taking some mailbox questions. Right, Channing?
Oh,
You're going
dude,
to be
for
answering
sure.
some fan questions.
I would
This
love
is gonna
to
be
do
fun.
that.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your favorite podcast. Go drop us a rating and review. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you this weekend. It's another edition of Road Trippin.